Well, we followed the plan pretty well today and got lucky on a trade that we accidentally took on some funded accounts today. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Monday. It is April the 28th, and we had a pretty nice little green day today. Nothing too crazy. A little bit of red on these accounts. We are definitely being unlucky on these, but the other four accounts are doing quite well and pushed the two middle accounts here a little bit further along. Nothing big, but up 80 some dollars and finally over 51,000 or 1,000 in profit on this account, and slowly pushing things higher. So let's just dive right in. If you looked at my morning game plan today, I had spoke about the NASDAQ being my most confident indice today, just the way that things were looking. And I was really looking for longs above the 600s if we got there, the 19.6s, or I was looking for a bounce off of the 19.4s, or technically a break and retest for a long, which is really what set up. I was also looking for potential fades if we fell below the 250s, and I was not really interested to trade this area. So let's dive into the trades themselves. We have to start on ES. I did take an ES trade. The ES plan this morning was a similar one. If we break above the 55.60s to look for longs to the upside, was not looking to trade anything from the 55.60s to the 54.80s, and then looking for shorts if we fell below. We did get a setup this morning on a kind of a setup this morning here, and I shouldn't have taken this because this was right soon after the open. I forget, I went into this trade around, well, about 10 o'clock. We had the big push up and we had the pullback, and this looked like a hold was coming in. I entered the trade and we immediately started to fall apart. And during that exact same time, the NASDAQ was rejecting this 600 level. So the fact that we were rejecting, I should have been a little bit more careful, and I probably should not have taken that trade, but we did, and that was our losing trade of the day. Beyond that, we actually had a pretty decent day. The next trade was a break and retest short of the 400s, and this was, the 385 400s. This was not part of my trade plan today at all. I did not plan on doing this. If you look at here, I was not planning to take trades into this area. I just felt like a short down here was a little bit into all this chop we had, and I just didn't feel like that was a good trade. However, this setup was so clean that I could not resist taking it, and I took it on these middle accounts and got out of there with a win. Did get stopped out break even on the last contract, and if I would have just held it at my stop loss, I could have gotten a huge trade out of that, but that's okay. I was happy with it. It was not part of the trade plan. Probably got a little bit lucky, and that's okay. But again, that was one of those where, man, the trade was there and I had to take it. This one here is the funny one. This is the trade I took on these top two accounts and did not intend to. I was actually looking for a little flush, trading some evals. I actually got some of my trading fixed today by trading some evals. I want to point this out, I did not trade anything during this session. This area right here was complete junk. I did not trade my evals until we got into this short. I took this short on some evals and took a couple more in here. Had a pretty nice day. I'll just show you. Had a really nice day on evals, about $6,000. Copy trading, I don't know, half a dozen or so, but got a Tradeify account here that's at 2,200 in profit. These accounts here I've had up here before at 2,500 in profit, these Apex accounts, and I gave back a lot on just a couple of the red days that I had last week on these accounts, but I got that back today. They're back up to 52.5. Got 150K. I did buy a couple more accounts. If you paid attention to the banner here, you'll see that my expenses have gone up by a couple $100. I've got a take profit account, kind of the back and forth, finally above 50 again here. And then I've got a little Tradeify account here that I'm working on. And then this one here, I had a really good day on. So, but anyway, that was a couple trades in here. But this, I was looking for a little short. I was really looking for just a little flush trade. And I took it, and I was thinking I was trading evals and completely forgot to change my leader account and I didn't even see it until I was out of the trade and flipped back over here to my funded dashboard. And then I see I see I have $109 in profit on each of these accounts. So that was a complete accidental win, but I'll take that. So that was not part of the game plan today, but we capitalized on it, and we're happy about it. Boy, this thing is really pulling back here after the close today. Now we go to the these bottom two accounts where I had the big loss in the morning. I didn't mention, but the other thing I did is when I got into this trade, I actually increased my position size, or I widened my stop loss, I should say, down below these Friday highs, and took a pretty big loss there. 250 or 230 was the losing trade there. That was not very good. I was not happy with myself on the management of that trade. I should have just took a quick stop out there and left it, but I didn't. So anyway, on the break and retest, as this started to set up, I took this trade and I didn't have the greatest entry. I really should have taken this. This is part of the game plan. Let's again go back to my morning game plan. I wanted to look for longs if we pulled back to this level, or in this case, break and retest for a long up into this high. And that's what's set up right here. We had this set up here, and really the trade, I was looking at it right here, and I almost took it on this first green candle that closed after this candle closed above. I almost took it here because we were consolidating here. We were strong. We were pushing up. But I waited, and when we got this little pullback, I entered on the next one, and then I had to sit through this, and really this would have been the excellent entry. This little wick candle somewhere right in here on the overnight low. That would have been a really nice entry. But in any case, I sat through this, and we got to about 20 points or 20 some points in profit. My ATM kicked up to break even, which I was glad for, and I did get stopped out break even on that trade. I watched this and decided to re-enter because I just really liked the setup, and then I got the full flush, got a really nice trade here out with over 200 on that last trade to bring this account back to nearly break even. I mean, we lost what, $30 or so per account today, so I was happy with that. But really the lesson here is if I would have taken the entry, you know, here or here within this area, if I could have taken that entry, I probably would have got out of there with about a $300 or so trade. I did give some back, but when we started to consolidate here, I just moved my stop up here to a 70-point win. That got me out with over 1R, and I just decided if it stops me out, I'm okay with it, and that's what happened. I missed a little bit of a move here, but that's okay. We had a pretty solid day, so very happy with that. I should show you TradeZella here real quick just so you can kind of see the day. 322 average win rate was 62.5%, which is actually pretty good. Oops, what did I do wrong here? And average win to loss 133, average winner was 118, average loser $88. And start the month at least on a green note. That's great. And if you look at the trades, I'm not going to go through all of them since I just walked through them. But here on this last one, you kind of see this was the best one of the day. You know, again, this was that first entry, this was the second, and we had a 1.14R, so a decent little trade. We didn't have anything spectacular today, but I was pretty happy with that. So that's the long and the short of today. Good day, very happy with it, and it's a good start to the week. And hopefully we can close out the month here on a positive note. One of the other things I did, just for accountability's sake, if you will, I did increase my position size. Instead of risking 150 per trade, I'm now up to 175. I just decided to increase that risk. I've noticed that on a lot of my really nice trades, I'm getting about a 1 to a little bit more than 1R. And just like this trade here, risking a little bit more, it increases my profit targets a little bit higher. But I got over 200 out of that trade on some of these trades in the last week or so. I was getting like 150, 160. And so I was just looking for a little bit more. Now, granted, these two trades, I didn't get that much, but that's quite okay. But on this second, or this third trade, if you will, if you don't count this one, if you get this trade here, I got a really nice, $200 out of that trade. And I'm just looking, hey, how can I move the needle a little bit quicker without, sacrificing too much risk? And so that's what we did. But nice day, good day. I really feel like we're still right in this area, and this is really kind of becoming a zone where, depends on what this market does overnight, I'm going to be widening my NQ kind of no trade area to possibly this Friday high and back down to these lows from today almost. So this is really becoming a tough area. And really what we're seeing is a difficulty for the market to break above this major level. On the NASDAQ, it would be the 600s. And on ES, it would be the 52, 55, 60s. This is really becoming a tough area, but we're pushing above it. We've held above the 20 SMA now on ES and on NQ for the last couple days, so that is promising. And I think once we break through here, we're probably going to see a significant move to the upside. At least it's definitely setting up that way. So we'll monitor this thing overnight and we'll see what this thing does, and then we'll put a plan together once again in the morning. So, all right, I'll leave you with that. Once again, appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for following along. Thanks for using code BCT. Apex still has that 80% off sale running until Wednesday night, I believe. And then the take profit sale is also going on as well. So thank you for those of you that use my code and help me and support the channel. So once again, appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Have a great night, I should say. And we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care and so long.